Let's deep dive into gold prices amid geopolitical and U.S. economic uncertainties with Gema Goeyardi, Astronacci Founder and CEO. Hi, Pak Gema. Thank you for joining us from afar, I believe, from the U.S. Hello.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Krishna, and you. And we're going to talk about the gold today.
Exactly.
So, let's start.
Yeah, so we heard that the U.S. saying that they expect there is going to be an Iranian-backed attack on Israel. So how do you see this impacting the U.S.? And because we know that previous impacts didn't really do anything to gold prices. I mean, it's sided despite of the geopolitical tensions and Ukraine as well as Israel or Arab country.
Yeah. Israel and Hamas, Israel and Iran is already priced in, but based on the historical, it's not lying that gold will surge every time there's geopolitical tension. So when we can see in 2022 Russia versus Ukraine, the gold rose about 2,600 pips. It's about 267 points. And then Israel versus Hamas in October 2023, you will see 340 points up, and then Israel-Iran is about 250 points up. So that's like a clue. Every time we got a tension in the Middle East or anywhere in the planet Earth, you will see that the gold will most likely rose significantly.
Right, and speaking about that, as we also mentioned earlier, on Monday, spot gold reached a new record high for its closing at 2,472, closing at that price. But since then, it has pulled back. It's now about 2,460. Given this volatility, how do you see gold price movement at the moment? Will it sort of consolidate first, or when will it sort of be bullish again?
Yeah, if you still remember, like when we on the show together, you and me, Krishna, were talking about the gold gonna climb to 2,500 that time. You remember, I think months back, and then it proved until today. I mean, like long-term wise, the gold is moving in a bullish rally, and we believe 2,560 will be the target price, and the minimum at 2,520. So at least 2,500 will be hit soon. And when we take a look, every time the price going up, it's not necessarily the price should always going up. It should be the dip. It's like a healthy correction. We call that a secondary correction. In this case, we believe the vibrational date, the time resistance at August 14 is confirmed. Then gold will see another correction until at least the 19 to 20 of August, which is the full moon cycle will come. And then that's the best place to buy on weakness, roughly about 2,420 to 2,440.
Right, so maybe for the next, now it's the 14th, so for the next at least 5 days, we're going to see some correction. Is that what you're saying? And then that would be the best.
Yeah, so now we can take advantage by doing the short selling for gold, and then we're waiting until the 19 to 20, just waiting for a buy and dip, and then we start collect because we believe the gold will rise higher in the next few weeks.
All right, so another factor that I want to ask you about, of course, as we know, markets crashed last week due to concerns over U.S. recession, a softer U.S. economic data, softer jobs report. How do you see it influencing gold prices, though? Because as we know tonight, there's going to be CPI data coming.
Yeah, the CPI will most likely make gold super volatile, but in gold is pretty much easy to predict because we always stay on the longer run of on the chart, on the price action. Long-term wise, we believe the gold will moving and bullish, but the short-term wise, if you're looking for like a weak trend, and with the non-farm payroll, the FOMC, and then the CPI, we're looking for hyper volatility, especially tonight. And this will be another risk for short-term traders. But if you're waiting for the date, because the time trading is really crucial in gold market, so if we're waiting to buy within 19 and 20, I think that's a good idea. But for now, I'm looking for a sell trade first until the news comes, and then we can start buying next week.
Just very quickly, what is your forecast for CPI, which is going to be released tonight in Jakarta time, 7:30? How do you see it, and how do you see that impacting gold?
Yeah, I guess the impact for gold, that's going to be another extension of correction. And then for the next day, probably the bottom will make, and then we're ready to find a buy position.
Okay.
All right. Now, Pak Gema, with the dollar weakening and 10-year yields slipping, do you see this actually impacting as well and supporting gold's rise? Or are there any other elements that could hinder its momentum?
the gold most likely will get a beneficial condition from the war, from the tension, or from the recession, and people start thinking that gold still become the safe haven, even though the Bitcoin will also attract attention for all investors. But now when we see the DXY is moving in a consolidation between 102 to 103 at least for the next 3 months, that will push gold higher. So I guess with all the macroeconomy, gold will have the beneficiary situation.
Okay, let's start with the application on your weekly outlook. What are the recommended technical analysis methods for trading spot gold in the current market condition?
Okay, when we take a look to the gold in the longer time frame, let's say the weekly time frame, okay, we're looking at at least one consolidation that will last for the next 3 weeks. When we narrow down into the daily chart, the corrections could be continue until 2,400 to 2,440, something like that. So we're looking at least 2 weeks from now, we will have the correction before it's turned back to bullish trend and gonna be all-time high. So I'm aiming 2,550 for the next, just like the last 2 months when we have the show together. I guess the outlook will be the same.
Okay, so 2 weeks, 2,500, right? So we'll wait and see. But so just as you mentioned, your support for the next 2 weeks is 2,400. Something 2,440.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the next 2 weeks we're looking 2,400 to 2,440. That will be the soft support for gold before it's going up again. So we're looking for the new bottom now.
Okay, so let's shift on to the daily outlook, and let's talk about maybe sort of the technical analysis or maybe techniques that we can use, in this current condition. As you were mentioning, it's going to see some consolidation. Is maybe scalping the best thing to do at the moment, or just focus on sales, or what's your take?
Okay, so the 14th of August was a time resistance from which the price probably gonna go down, and then we can do the short selling. Now, I'm personally short selling the gold, and then I believe in the next 16 hours, we can see gold reach 2,450 to 2,420, something like that. And then that will be a short sell. Now, we're waiting for the 19th of August. We're looking for the Newman pace. If the decline movement still continue, the downside movement still continue, we're looking for another buy opportunity. We're looking for the 4-hourly charts. That's for the technical. And then the new support will be around 2,440 or slightly above 2,445. I guess that's the best way to wait for gold stop from the correction or consolidation, and then we're waiting for a buy. Looking for the buy pattern, like the bullish pattern, maybe ABC correction based on the Elliott wave, or if you're looking for the flag pattern or the falling wedge pattern, that probably gonna appear in the next 5 to 6, 7 trading days. So that will be the best option to buy.
All right. Gema Goeyardi, CEO and founder of Astronacci, thank you so much for joining us on the See Today Business. Appreciate the insights.
Thank you so much for you guys. Have a good day.
Take care. All right, now let's take a break. See Today Business will be back with discussion on video gaming industry in Indonesia. It's pretty big, so stay tuned.